Even before that, she sent you some like fucking gay like Wizard 101 shit.
She sent me a Wizard 101 plushie and I didn't respond to it. You think that means that I'm trying to disassociate from somebody when I just responded to all the other DMs?
If you were concerned about it,
no.
You should have contacted her.
Well, no, I just know whenever somebody doesn't want to talk to me, if somebody's not re-inviting me to servers, they're not reaching out to me frequently to try and talk with me, like then obviously I'm not going to have a conversation with them. But they shouldn't try and construe that as me trying to burn a bridge. That's insane. If you miss a DM with somebody after almost completely leaving every other way that you would contact them, and they miss a DM with you, you don't automatically assume they're burning a bridge with you. That's insane. You could try to do this double team thing where you like act like that's absurd. Everybody else knows. Like if I were to text my friend and they don't text me back, right? They're not burning a bridge with me, right? They just didn't text me back one time.
Oh, he left the room. Oh my god.
So, at the end of the day, what the fuck? I guess what I'm getting at here, Prague, is you took 15 days to recontemplate all of your political positions, everything that you believed, and you came back somehow a worse debater. I think that you need to take probably some more time away from the internet, buddy, because this was a fucking terrible performance. I don't know who needs to tell you that. I don't know who needs to get it through to your head. Maybe Synth can take a look at it. Maybe Phenomics can take a look at it. I guarantee you that nobody's going to think, no neutral party will ever think that you did well in this fucking conversation. I think the problems with you run very, very deep, and they're going to take a lot of introspection to actually get through. Have a fantastic day, buddy. I'll talk to you hopefully another. No suit today? No. I could put on a blazer, actually. I'm not going to do the whole dress-up thing. Hold on. I could do this for the, hold on. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm not gonna get like a whole tie on and everything like that. But I'm reasonably dressed to the point where I think it probably wouldn't look too weird if I had like this on. Give me 1 second. Alright. I could do this for the entirety of the debate. We could roll with that. Alright?
I think Prague is ready.
Alright, sick.
Ultron,
Prague, do you hear what I asked you last time?
Hello.
Prague, do you hear what I asked you last time?
Yeah, I did. I got some thoughts in my own. Go ahead.
Alright, sick. So, do you want me to repeat the question, or?
Sure, repeat the question for the audience.
So, whenever we were having community VCs with 14 to 15 different people, I also had Muxie testify towards this. I'm curious, because I've also talked to you about it, and you seem to have a similar recollection that I do, as somebody who was in VCs frequently. Do you remember the times whenever I would talk to Slugger and refer to them by their name as I knew them at the time, and they would respond to me accordingly, and never express any discontent they had with the situation? They never said, hey, don't call me that, or can you please stop?
So Slugger came in like after I took that break, and then I only saw him in 2 VCs.
This is before the break, though. We're talking about before the break. We're talking about ages ago.
No, not this break, the previous break.
Oh, the previous break.
Okay. Yeah, he came after that. And he was in 2 VCs that I recollect. And he didn't say anything, right? So he didn't say anything. However, I think it is true that like whether he like felt comfortable saying it is like a different, like saying, hey, don't comment, that is a different thing altogether, because like he was a newcomer to like the Bunk.
He wasn't a newcomer to talking with me. Like, we talked for ages. We had been talking for multiple months beforehand. I don't know if you know that, but I know that. I have multiple people who testify towards that.
But I think it's also, true.
You remember then when he responded to what I said, right? You remember that? Because the VCs wouldn't work otherwise. So I'd be really curious if now there's like a changed answer.
It's not that there's a changed answer. So I always said he didn't voice his uncomfortableness, but I do think there's a question about whether he felt he could. I think there is a question about that, is what
Well, if you don't express how you're uncomfortable, then there's no way for me to work off of that, right? It's like, you can't blame me for like misgendering a trans person if they're not even out of the closet and they never asked me to correct that. That'd be insane.
Sure, I agree with that.
Okay, so we have the same conclusion then.
But I think it's a little bit more nuanced than you're willing to give it, which is that just because someone doesn't voice their concern doesn't mean after when someone says something,
they can be uncomfortable with it, but then you can't blame me or use that as a testament against my moral character.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, so we agree then. I'm not saying that I'm going to continue to call him that after he's said that he's uncomfortable with it. But what I also will say is that the outrage thing's very insincere whenever he leaks his name only moments later.
Well, after you said his name.
I didn't say his name. I didn't say his name after he asked me to do it. He said that he was uncomfortable with people knowing his name, and then he went out and leaked his name anyway. In fact, I went through great lengths to redact his name from all of the testimony that was provided to me. I went through great lengths to make sure that I didn't say his name on the live stream. It's like, this isn't like, oh, I said his name and then he put it out there. His name was out there. I said it whenever it was out there. He wants to take that away. He wants to put it back in the box. That's fine. But then whenever he takes that drama, or that so-called drama, stirs that up, and then later on releases his name anyway, that outrage rings very insincere to me. If I'm uncomfortable with something, I'd be like uncomfortable with it being put out there.
So I understand that, but probably what was going through his mind was that it had already been leaked by this point anyway. So the best thing to do would just to come out and leak his name, because then nobody can use it.
His name wasn't leaked. He put his name out there.
Yeah. Okay, so he put his name out there. It wasn't leaked,
Prague. It was out there by his own volition. It was on his Twitter account.
Okay, let's just chill. Okay,
I'm very chill. I'm just talking to you in a stern voice because you're saying a lot of things that aren't true.
Okay, hold on. So, he publicly put his name out there after he had the idea that you leaked his name. He put his name out there because he probably... Yes.
No, that's not true, because his name was out there beforehand. Before I even met him, his name was out there on his Twitter account. That's not true, Prague.
But was this when he was going by Slugger or not?
Yes, he was going by Slugger for a time, and he had that name. Then he got a suspended Twitter account. I believe that it was no longer there afterwards, but he went by the name Slugger and his name at the same time, the same period of time. I have multiple different people who...
Okay, I actually had no idea about this. Actually.
No, and I'm not saying that, like, I should be able to call him whatever the fuck I want regardless of what he says, right? Like, if he says, don't call me that, as I did on my live stream, I was completely willing to redact his name from everything. I would ban people from my server if they would ever mention his name. At the very least, they'd be timed out if they were somebody who accidentally let it slip. But you can't use that to impugn my moral character when I had no idea about he didn't want to be called this anymore. You can't use that to impugn the way that I acted. I acted to the best of my ability.
Sure. So here's the thing, right? I don't think Slugger was acting malicious. I think this is a feeling that Slugger genuinely had, right? And I think it seems like... If he
genuinely has this feeling, then he shouldn't be allowing other people to go out publicly, nor should he be using his platform to try and try and levy allegations against me as though I've acted in a malicious way.
So, Bunk, do you think you're an easy person to approach?
Broadly speaking, yes. I think I'm a very reasonable person with most people. That's why most people, whenever I'm talking with them, we take resolution. Now, there are people who are going to be afraid of approaching me. However, I cannot do anything with that. If you're afraid of approaching me and afraid of telling me what you would like me to do, I'm not going to be able to read your mind. I'm not Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't have fucking telepathy. What I have to have is people in communicating with me. If they do not communicate with me, I think everybody would agree. The idea that I cannot act on that. If I didn't act on information, I am not privy to.
So, Bunk, I never said you're unreasonable. I asked if you were confrontational, which I do think is true, right? Like, you are an extremely confrontational person, and a lot of people
in the public sector, 100%. Yes, whenever people go out and they take shots at my name publicly, I'm very confrontational. Whenever people bring me issues that they have with me in private, I tend to be less confrontational.
But you do realize a lot of the issues you have with people could probably be resolved if you're a little bit more charitable to them, right?
Can you give me an example? This is something
I've learned. Okay, so a charitable interpretation of Slugger's actions would be that he genuinely thought that, and he probably didn't mean it maliciously, as more likely he was hurt because he actually thought...
If he was hurt by that, Well, no, he knew that I wasn't taking action because I talked to him afterwards, and he knew that wasn't the case. He then proceeded to only take that stance in my DMs and publicly on Twitter say something wildly different. All right, this is not a charitability issue. The most likely explanation for his actions is that he feels some kind of discontent with me because of our previously very muddied history, and he is using this in order to try and gain a leg up on me. This proceeded with him leaking DMs of me out of the context in which they were shared in order to make me look bad. Are you kidding me? This is the most charitable interpretation I could give him, and it still looks bad.
So, okay, so it seems like you're pretty pissed about this, which is understandable. But what I would just caution you with is the idea of, like, he's done a bunch of stuff more than he was just a bit silly, rather than like this, like, it's, I do not think this is
I don't think people do a little bit of a silly thing whenever they leak your DMs and accuse you of blackmailing. I don't think that's a little bit of a silly thing. Maybe you have a different opinion on that.
Okay, so I think looking at some of the full context that I did ask him for, okay, of those DMs, okay, it did seem like there was a thing of he had to drag Cam under the bus or and come and talk to you, or you were gonna like do something crazy. Okay, that definitely seemed, even within the context of those DMs, absolutely.
No, that's not what you said to me. That's not what you said to me at all. Now, if you want to swing up your stance in the live stream, that's totally fine. I'll confront this stance as it is. If somebody comes to me and asks me not to respond to something publicly, there are one of two things. If they brought an allegation against me to the public sector, either I'm going to respond to it publicly, or they're going to discredit it publicly and say that's not true. That's a completely reasonable stance. Right? If somebody accused me of, for example, like raping a child, and then in my DMs they're like, oh, I know you didn't do this. It doesn't matter if they say that in my DMs. I don't give a fuck if they say it in my DMs. The problem is that there's a bunch of people who think I've raped a child now. Right? What I have to do is I have to either respond to it publicly. No, but what he did accuse me of was something. Well, it's not that serious. It's still serious, right? To maliciously leak somebody's name is still serious. To blackmail somebody is still serious.
It would depend on
you can't say, oh, it's not raping a child. The point still remains. The point still remains that things either have to be responded to publicly, or they're going to be detracted, or they're going to be redacted publicly.
See, what you're doing right now is you're using words like blackmail. Why are you using the words blackmail? Because you know blackmail has a certain...
No, I'm using the word blackmail because he used the word blackmail, Prag. That's why I'm using it. You want to pull up the tweet before you continue to misconstrue what he said? I have the tweet right here.
I just have one question for Cammy here.
What's up, pal? What do you want?
Excuse me, Cammy, do you own a doghouse?
I know this one.
Do you own a doghouse?
I know this one, pal.
Congratulations on being the biggest fucking moron on the internet.
Nigga was talking in the fucking auditorium, Jesus. Sorry, I didn't say the N-word, that was Thomas, I'm sorry. Anyway, continue.
Well, sick. The tweet's been deleted by Slugger now that he's redacted all of his statements publicly, but I can go find it in my live stream bot. Isn't that nice, having a VOD with every single tweet up on it? Would you like me to go scrub through the VOD and get the part where he says literally blackmail, Prag, or would you like to concede that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about?
He did use the term blackmail. That's the one thing I told him not to say. Okay,
that sounds like a pretty big misstep, I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty big misstep.
So Prag, before you come into my stream telling me that I'm wrong in the way that I'm handling the allegations, please know about what the allegations are first. It's very basic, very basic level of like concern.
So can I try and address, like, can I try and address now some of the issues I've had with your conversation with Cam?
What issue have you had with my conversation with Cam?
Well, I think you pretty much started with poisoning the well. You poisoned the well.
I think that he poisoned the well whenever he made allegations against me that I leaked somebody's name maliciously. That's what I think.
Do you think maybe Cammy did that based on the conversation he had had?
I don't care if he was just really retarded and raised the allegations against me and then stood by them for a long time. I don't care if that's the case or he was maliciously doing it. Regardless, like, I think that's more of an imputing on my character than me saying he's probably going to meme about it, because that's what he's done in the past.
I love memes,
Okay,
dude.
so
I'm a meme
In fact,
lord.
he went on and he proceeded to meme throughout the conversation. There were parts where he was just memeing about things. Like, come on.
I'm a meme lord, dude.
okay, so
Prague, you're too, I just don't know why you try and have these conversations. You do terribly in all of them. You don't know what you're talking about. It's okay to not know what you're talking about things like
You have
this.
such a yeah, okay, so the issue, and this has like been your downfall for a while, okay?
It's my
One, is
downfall?
that you have
Prague's telling me about my
you have an
downfall.
Rise and fall of Bunk.
You have an incredibly big ego. Like,
Oh yeah, I've got a huge ego.
every-
No, Prague, I just went through the tweets and you didn't. That's the difference between you and me. It's not an ego thing. It's the fact that one of us had to deal with it and the other one got to sit by the sidelines and act like they know what they're talking about. That's the difference. I wrote a document on it, archiving all of the tweets and my responses to all of it. You sat back, you had a couple of conversations with somebody, and then you came into my live stream acting like you were confident in what you were saying when you had no fucking idea what he even said.
So, okay. So, a lot of time people hear things and they have conversations and they try to ask questions as much as they can, and then they come to ask you about them. Now, in this stream, okay, I do not think there's a real reason for you to get angry, because I think this should be more of a resolution stream than anything. But
Oh,
it
no,
seems
I'm
like
sorry,
your aim is not to have resolution, it's to like do vengeance.
I don't have any vengeance about it, right? Just whenever people are taking pot shots about me all the time on Twitter, for example, or they're making podcasts about me with demonstrably false claims, right? I like to show that those are false throughout a conversation. I don't care what you think my motivations are, Prague. You've shown your inability to track the truth very well throughout this conversation. I don't really care what you think my intentions are. I think that the best way I can perceive a conversation like this is to show that the things that they're saying are false. I don't care if somebody's making false allegations about me. I'm not here to be buddy-buddy and be friends with them. I don't know if that's hard for you to understand. I don't know if you've ever had crazy allegations thrown against you by people. I'm sorry it doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth. I'm not trying to be like buddy-buddy with every single person who distracts from me.
Bunk, people make allegations about me all the time, okay? I don't think there's like some.
Yeah, okay, what large allegations have you had to deal with in the form of a live stream? What large allegations have taken you for a long part of time? Yeah, I'm just asking you, like, can you give me an example of some time where you've had to deal with false allegations and it's been something that you've had to live on a bunch of different live streams about it? You had to make like different videos defending yourself, tweet threads. Can you give me anything of like even remote seriousness that you can reference for this?
So, the boundaries you're setting for this are like unjustified for a few reasons. Number one, I do not have a live stream. So that's a boundary you've set that obviously I cannot meet because I don't have one.
Yeah, because you're not a large public figure. People don't make the same claims against you as they would against me.
Look,
I'm not even a large public figure. I'm just a public figure,
like,
Prague. You hop on other people's live streams. There's going to be a wild difference between the ways that we have to deal with allegations.
Hold on. It's a bit like asking someone who's homeless and saying, well, have you ever had to deal with someone like robbing you in your home?
All right, sweet.
It's like,
Prague,
well, no.
Prague, okay. How many times have you had to deal with an allegation such as either like manipulation of somebody, of leaking and doxing people? Well, give me an example of an allegation of like that type of severity that you've had to deal with publicly, because I can give you multiple.
Well, I think personal reputation is probably pretty important, and I think there's definitely been a lot of.
So, are you going to give me an example of what I just asked for, or are you just going to continue to bloviate like you have this entire conversation?
Okay, so I'm not bloviating.
You are,
okay,
right? I've caught you on multiple different things. We had no idea what the fuck you were talking about.
Holy cow, calm the fuck down, Jesus.
Yeah, I know. And you've resolved
calm the fuck down? I'm sorry. I don't really care. You're going to be making a bunch of different claims on my live stream, Prague. I'm going to ball bust you on all the things that you don't fucking know about, because I'm not going to allow you to just spread falsehood.
You feel the need to like win every conversation?
No, I feel the need to seek the truth in conversation, something you clearly don't feel the need to do.
Seek the truth in conversation.
Yes, I'm trying to get down to the truth of the matter. That's why I've been able to fact check every single time that you've said something that is demonstrably false.
So I don't feel the need to win every conversation. I feel the need that I say an opinion, and if someone shows me to be wrong, I take that and I move on.
So you're very wrong on this opinion. What like you've just been completely gotten destroyed on every single point preceding this. Yet you're so hard to distract from it.
Why is that your focus?
Because you have
getting destroyed.
Oh yeah, because if somebody's foundation of their argument doesn't stand up to scrutiny, then they don't have a good position. You don't have a good reason to hold this position. You're doing the exact same thing you've done on every other live stream. We have a hard committed position, and you try and rationalize it afterwards. this. You don't actually have reasons that bring you to positions. You have feelings about positions, and then you go back and you try and find arguments to justify them. I've been able to show that multiple different times with you. Even throughout this conversation, it's been shown multiple different times. Would you like to continue the conversation? Would you like to continue tone policing me?
Okay. So I think, well, I mean, the tone policing is really for your benefit because the way you
it's for my benefit. No, what I want to have is a conversation. Angry. I think that I think I'm doing just fine in this conversation.
Be a very happy person.
I still am a pretty happy person.
No, you're not. You're not like the person you were 6-7 months ago. You absolutely are.
I don't think this is relevant. Not gonna lie.
Prag, please don't debate me on my mental health and whether I'm a happy person. Can we please get to the actual argument?
Like, your mental health.
I'm sorry. I'm not taking a debate advice from you right now. Dog, you're debating on whether I'm a happy person or not.
Okay, so you can like continue to do this, but like you're like definitely in the denial. You're like in denial. Like
I'm in such denial. I'm so owned. I'm so owned right now, Prag. Okay, can we get to the actual argument?
So okay then. So right. So I think the issue is here that obviously with you and Slugger, one, there has been a breakdown in communication. Okay, obviously you two have obviously been talking past each other. Okay,
I've been talking directly to Slugger. Slugger fully understands what I have to say.
It's obviously possible that Slugger talked to you, then talked.
But do you want to talk about some of the other claims that Slugger went on to make about me? Because you don't even know the full of it. Slugger also went on to say that I leaked somebody's relationship maliciously, which I haven't done any evidence of that. He was not able to justify that at all.
Maliciously, but I do think you leaked it.
How did I leak it? It was talked about by Cobra on a previous stream. I didn't even say it right. It was maybe like a slight illusion by accident.
Do you think that caused one of the people distress when you did that though?
I think it caused them distress because I called them out for not being able to talk to me. I think that's what caused them distress.
Why does she have an obligation to talk to you?
Because if you're gonna frame it as though I'm burning a bridge with you publicly and completely misconstrue the way that we are actually having interactions, then I think you have an obligation to talk to me. If you're gonna keep talking shit about me behind the scenes, if you're gonna play buddy with me whenever it comes to DMs, I think she'd probably be front. No, she has. I've seen screenshots. I've seen screenshots.
When has she done that?
I literally have screenshots of it. Quote, verbatim, I wish Bunk would just cut me off right now. Also, other quotes, you know, Max is going to be a liability to Bunk in the future. Things like this. These are clearly things that are shit talking.
Yeah, that's not talking about behind your back, though. The second one.
No, it is.
The first one.
No, it is talking about me behind my back.
Okay, so Max is going to be a liability.
Wait a minute. Hold the fuck on, buddy. Hold the fuck on, buddy. Why are you like moral fagging over like talking behind people's backs?
I'm not moral fagging about it. I'm saying you shouldn't I'm saying you just shouldn't lie about it. Just don't lie about the situation that we have.
How did she lie though?
They tweeted out on a Twitter circle, and they said, because now we have to justify these claims publicly, you're bringing it to public attention. They tweeted out on Twitter circle, it sucks whenever somebody's using your art who's clearly trying to disassociate from you. I've done nothing but try and be nice to Farude. I re-invited them to my servers multiple different times. I modded them back in that community whenever they had their moments, right? They left both my servers, both public and private, and proceeded to no longer DM me without inviting me to any other servers that they were in. I was clearly not the one who was disconnecting the bridge here.
Well, that's not true because she was the last person to like exchange a communication with you. Are you like retarded?
No, she exchanged a communication with me after I talked about it on stream.
What?
Yep. It was after I talked about it on stream.
Is that the line?
Even before that, she sent you some like fucking gay like Wizard 101 shit.
She sent me a Wizard 101 plushie and I didn't respond to it. You think that means that I'm trying to disassociate from somebody when I just responded to all the other DMs?
If you were concerned about
no.
You should have contacted her.
Well, no, I just know whenever somebody doesn't want to talk to me, if somebody's not re-inviting me to servers, they're not reaching out to me frequently to try and talk with me, like then obviously I'm not going to have a conversation with them. But they shouldn't try and construe that as me trying to burn a bridge. That's insane. If you miss a DM with somebody after almost completely leaving every other way that you would contact them, and they miss a DM with you, you don't automatically assume they're burning a bridge with you. That's insane. You could try to do this double team thing where you like act like that's absurd. Everybody else knows, like if I were to text my friend and they don't text me back, right? They're not burning a bridge with me, right? They just text me back one time.
Okay, so let's not use the words everybody and nobody. Like,
well, no, everybody except you. I'm sorry.
No, not everybody except me. Like, that's dumb as well. Come on, don't be
it's dumb as well. Now the issue You're so right, Prag. It isn't everybody. It's every single socially apt person. I'm sorry about that, okay? I'll rephrase my wording.
Hold on. So, what I would say is, again, it seems like this is a situation where there's been a breakdown in communication. She thinks
if there's a breakdown in communication, she needs to talk to me about it. She doesn't need to go talking shit about me, like behind the scenes.
Why don't you have that obligation? Why do you not?
Because I'm not the one with the problem. Because I'm not the one with the problem. I had no problem with her.
You had no problem with. You may have not had.
No, I had no problem with them. I never talked like poorly about them other than like one time.
She thought you did.
Why would she think that I did?
Because like every time people are shitting on her in your server, like you never say anything.
Because so, I'm never in my server. I don't go in and police every single thing somebody says in my server. It's a public fucking Discord server, dog. People are gonna talk shit. It's a public Discord server, man.
This is like if you owned a business and it catches on fire. And
it's not a business. It's a goddamn Discord server.
Something that you have.
That doesn't make me money. People talk about things there.
Wait, stop, Monk. If something bad was to happen in your server, you would be the one to get sued because you're the one who owns it. Right? You own it. You're responsible. Legally, you are responsible.
I don't care about legally. Okay, please. Okay, I swear to God.
Shut the fuck up.
Show me where somebody's been sued for somebody else shit talking in a server that they own. Please show me that. If not, I don't care about legal responsibility for shit talking what other people do it. I care about what I said. I don't give a fuck about what other people said in a public Discord server. I don't watch that every single second. Are you insane?
Okay, so if you could like stop deep throating your like microphone, that's number one. Number two, you seem to be thinking,
I'm not deep throating it. You can see me on the stream.
Kind of are, pal.
I'm
legally bunk. What the fuck does that mean?
So the issue is here, right? Do you reckon if child pornography was shared in your server, would you be?
It would be bad because that's legal content. It's not illegal to trash talk somebody. I don't have the interest in monitoring and policing every single person's fucking opinions they have on my Discord server. I care about illegal content
in your community, right? You're aware that she was getting shit in your community.
Yeah, they burned a bridge with a lot of different people.
If you cared about her.
I'm not gonna go into people in fucking communities and say, hey, you're not allowed to say or think that. No, of course not.
Literally,
it's a public Discord server.
John Swan Clancy was in there, so you have done it for people before.
In VC, whenever somebody else is uncomfortable, Clancy was also later on banned, so my position has changed on that pretty severely. You know that. Don't try and use Clancy as a fucking playing card in a debate right now.
I wouldn't try and use Clancy in a playing
You just dead. I don't care. You're just dead.
All right.
Sweet. So what else would you like to talk about? Do you have any other points you think you can maybe defend?
So I think while it is funny, right? Don't you think you've overused the like Cammy kid fucker jokes? No.
It put a big ass smile on my face every single time I say it.
You think like
colossal cowardly kid fucker Cammy is pretty damn funny.
Mr. Comedy's logged on. The funniest man alive is logged on. Let's go.
You don't have to be so ass mad about it.
Oh, it's the king of comedy.
Afterwards, I'll shoot you a 15-year-old's number, alright? I'll make it up to you.
That's funny.
So
why don't you like leak someone's first name, pal? How about that, pal?
Why did you accuse me of it falsely?
Well, you were like fucking.
I didn't leak it. They put it out there themselves. I didn't leak it.
Cammy was a kid fucker. You just said Cammy was a kid fucker. You can't like.
Yeah,
I did. It was funny as fuck.
Okay, so
false allegations only matter when it's against Bunk.
Oh no, I just think it's funny because you're like, oh, go leak somebody's first name. Well, you falsely accused me of that publicly. Why don't you do that?
You were making jokes about it before that happened, so you can't even say that.
I was making jokes about what before it happened?
Before the leaking the name shit and Cammy like saying that about you were already making jokes about like the Cammy Liz situation.
Yeah, because it's funny as fuck. I'm sorry, dude. You don't have to woke scold the fuck out of me on a live stream. I know you get ass mad whenever somebody like
trying to woke scold. Wait. No.
Dude, you so are. You like you can't make jokes about somebody sexing a 15-year-old. They did it. You can't do that. That's fucked up, dude.
Please be consistent.
I am consistent. Things are funny.
I will let you have this. If okay. let's say everyone, in hypothetical, everyone right now who's you've accused you of leaking names of that, were just making jokes. Would you like stop your moral high horse about this?
Yeah, if everybody took it seriously, and maybe if they were like joking about something that I actually did, yeah, maybe like I'd be fine with that, right? People make jokes about things that are actually done all the time.
Most people took it seriously. I think most
people did take it seriously. Yes, they did. There are a large amount of people who took it seriously. Are you kidding me? The people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if they retweeted this stream and they watched it, and I had multiple other people reach out to me and say it was a good stream who were large content creators. So but also, and we're gonna go back to the actual point of the matter. No, somebody making allegations against me, right? These are clearly not things that I've actually done. They're trying to impugn my moral character, right? This is something that Cammy has actually done. Cammy has actually sexted a 15-year-old.
No, that's not a kid, right?
He said, no, a 15-year. Okay, no, a 15-year-old isn't a kid. All right, shit, brag, man. Do you want to make that bullet on the stream?
Okay, no, because
you say like, oh, I'm so depressed, dude. I'm so fucking happy right now. That is such a funny thing to say.
So Bunk
no, okay, he fucked a 15. Guys, all right, showed up to the courthouse. He fucked a 15-year-old. That's not a kid, is it? He's not a kid fucker.
Right. So Bunk, you constantly do this thing where you want to be seen as like a serious political person. You want to be seen as a serious political person. That's what you're really desperate for. Now, at the end of the day, you do that, but then at the other side of it, you like to see
Dr. Prag, please psychoanalyze me some more.
No, I'm just saying you're inconsistent.
Please tell me about how I'm gonna kill myself just like Dipster.
No. I'm saying either you, okay, think that I'm for intellectual tough conversations or I'm for memes, but you can't be both, okay? You can't like constantly do like.
No, I can meme about certain things and then people know when I'm serious. There's a whole page full of my serious takes. There's a whole bunch of things where people are able to discern the differences between satire and what I actually believe. There are hours upon hours upon hours of content just about me talking about what I believe. Don't do this thing where you think that I'm unable of having a conversation with somebody that is serious. Multiple different people have seen me have conversations. You'll get your turn. And multiple different people have seen me have a conversation with somebody where I'm completely serious, or I'm serious the entire time, but I stand by every single thing that I believe. Whenever somebody wants to challenge me on something, I go on and I actually challenge what they're saying. The problem with what you're saying is you're saying that I have a problem with false allegations. I'm not making a false allegation. Nobody's listening to this and saying, oh yeah, no, Cammy actually is like raping 10-year-olds on the daily, right? It's clearly a callback to something that everybody else would know about. Now, if you want to take the stance, that's fine, right? If you want to be the woke scold who cares a super large amount about jokes, that's totally fine. But I don't want you to have this thing where you're like, oh, but you like do the half irony thing. I'm not doing a half irony thing. I've had an entire conversation where I'm nothing but serious with you. In fact, you got mad about me being too serious with you and being too stern with you.
You just implied that a 15-year-old is like a prepubescent child. So
no, I didn't.
Can we like?
They're legally a child. They're legally a child.
They're legally a child, but generally child in the social context. Generally, child in the social context is considered someone who's prepubescent. Generally,
if I called somebody, let's say there was a 40-year-old, okay? Let's just like hypothetically, I say there's a 40-year-old, and they had sex with a 15-year-old, and I said that person is a kid fucker. They fucked a kid. How many people did you say they're like, wait, they didn't actually fuck a kid? That's insane. They fucked a 15-year-old, dude.
No.
Like, you do realize you are the mental gymnastics right now are insane.
People are going to think they're 9, not 15, Bunk, okay? Are you insane?
Most people consider 15-year-old to be a kid. Fuck, man. Shit.
Yeah, it's a kid, but...
You're right, it is a kid. Fuck, all right, we're done. We're done.
What? No, we're not. Because what I'm trying to...
No, but it's a kid, but it's not a kid, but it is a kid, okay? Just give me a second, Prag. Do a little backflip for me. Do all the mental gymnastics. That's fine. I don't even feel the need to continue this conversation because you've just looked insane the entire fucking time.
No, because you love to end debates halfway through, because...
Oh, no, I love to end debates halfway through. That's why I go with somebody with 2 hours.
Speaking the truth, but obviously you haven't done this. This has not been a 2-hour conversation.
I said I would be willing to take hours to 2 hours long, right? That would be conversations like my ones with Akumo. Conversation with, I think Fabian Liberties went for like 1 hour, 40 minutes, something like that. Just pretty fucking close.
Everything I've said because all you want to do is win.
I'm misinterpreting what you said. You said that a 15-year-old was not a kid.
No. What I'm saying is,
no, you didn't say that. So if I rewind this VOD, if everybody else were to rewind this VOD, they wouldn't hear you saying that.
So I know right now you're trying to pedo jack at me, but that is likely not okay.
What the fuck? No.
You're absolutely trying to win this conversation. That's like not okay. So I'm
pedo jacket.
Absolutely, you're a constant pedo jacket. It's something you do all the time. Okay, so this is like a very constant behavior. Like, okay, you've done it to Cammy. You've pedo jacketed him. Absolutely, that's like the intent is to pedo jacket people. Okay? This is what I mean. You've become an absolutely insane, unhinged person. You're like not the same person you were. This is like
you
what
think she had this Joker moment. He's fucking giggling.
I know. Yeah. This is what I mean. Like I told you, Cammy, this is what Bunk would do.
Wait. He said he wouldn't leave. He said he wouldn't. He left the room. What the fuck? He left.
Oh, he left the room. Oh my god.
So, at the end of the day,
what the fuck?
I guess what I'm getting at here, Prag, is you took 15 days to recontemplate all of your political positions, everything that you believed, and you came back somehow a worse debater. I think that you need to take probably some more time away from the internet, buddy, because this was a fucking terrible performance. I don't know who needs to tell you that. I don't know who needs to get it through to your head. Maybe Synth can take a look at it. Maybe Phenomics can take a look at it. I guarantee you that nobody's going to think, no neutral party would ever think that you did well in this fucking conversation. I think the problems with you run very, very deep, and they're going to take a lot of introspection to actually get through. Have a fantastic day, buddy. I'll talk to you hopefully nether.
Jesus Christ, that was like...
Let's try getting Sneed for a bit. Sneed, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You're on the air.
I'm doing good. So.
It's good to hear, buddy.
Back-to-back W's. Prague, I know I asked about Prague like recently, and yeah, no, I see now. I see.
Boy.
I didn't miss much.
Christ almighty. Prague, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't think there's anybody else who gets me as annoyed as Prague.
Yeah, I think today was a really good
Like, imagine unironically trying to bite the bullet that, like, a 15-year-old isn't a child. Like, and then, like, you're pedo-jacketing me! Stop pedo-jacketing me! Listen, you're the one saying the 15-year-old's a child, not me. Alright, I'm not saying that you said. You're the one. If there's pedo-jacketing happening, you're doing it to yourself, buddy.
Hell yeah. Good stream.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later, my dude.
Yo, dude.